It's 2020. We're all online. Google, Facebook, Twitter, Netflix, you name it. The internet has incredible tools that can generate positive change, connect and educate people, and of course, entertain. But the same amazing online tools that help do so much good in the world are also being exploited and misused to spread bigotry and conspiracy theories at faster speeds to wider audiences than ever before. At times, online platforms are used to propagate forms of ancient hatred. I'm talking about online anti-Semitism. For all their benefits, the internet and social media can also serve as platforms for the dissemination of hate speech, including racist and anti-Semitic content. Violent extremists using platforms like Twitter, Reddit, Gab, and 4chan have been able rapidly to influence their followings. Social media have been used to broadcast hate crimes and acts of extreme violence live. Technology's more than a video game. Some online streamers of hate have taken advantage of the COVID crisis to escape tools like videos. Baselessly blaming them for the pandemic. Even private communities whose beliefs are not safe. Racists and trolls have made up to cause fear and create chaos. Holocaust denial, demonization, anti-Semitic nonsense, and memes, and calls to violence and communication apps are slowly infiltrating and influencing mainstream public discourse and perceptions. Jews as individuals and as a people, along with Zionists and the State of Israel, are under online attack. Today, in countless ways, online and offline worlds are converging. The history of the 20th century tells us that unchecked hatred brings not only its targets, but everything it touches. So what action can we take right now to counter online anti-Semitism? That's what this conference, Ancient Hatred, Modern Media, is all about.
Good afternoon, and welcome to each of you who joined us from all around the world for today's groundbreaking event, Ancient Hatred, Modern Media. I'm Ellie Colombo, U.S. Assistant Special Envoy to monitor and combat anti-Semitism in the U.S. Department of State. I will be your guide for this first ever U.S. government-sponsored conference dedicated to investigating and understanding a relatively new and increasingly poignant phenomenon, online anti-Semitism. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is the host of this today's event. You will be hearing his opening remarks shortly. Organized by the Office of the Special Envoy to Monitor we aim to explore together the threats posed by anti-Semitism, both individually and collectively. Over the course of the next 2 days, we will also be joined by U.S. and foreign leaders, government, religious communities, civil society, social media, and academia who will explore the sources or avenues for propagating anti-Semitism online and its virus spread. And perhaps more importantly, many of our speakers will propose creative strategies for combating this very 21st century permutation of violence and deceit.
Hey, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors be into the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations into the hopeful elect. Those in the gospel of God, lift up the standard behind Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. It's the Aki Mahalaya, coming back with another quick lesson through the Spirit. I just wanted to get into this famine of the word. This is a clip that was uploaded by one of the beloved elder brothers, and I decided to follow suit and do a lesson because the Spirit compelled me to do so. Now, with that being said, you very well heard what they were saying in this video. In Salakia, the audio was pretty low. It's just how it was uploaded. But basically, they're talking about speech and certain speech that's targeting certain groups of people. And I'm gonna be very careful on how I say things because I can't say shit on YouTube without them feeling some type of way. I mean, I did a lesson on what they call dark winter, and they took my video down. They gave me a warning. They said, next one you do, we're gonna give you a strike. But brothers been doing videos on that operation, and they ain't been fucking with brothers, man. But for whatever reason, this Kansas City page has been the primary target of getting shut down, man. And this is why, you know, it gets aggravating, I'm not gonna lie, because I feel that, you know, once again, I feel like I put out pretty good shows through the Spirit, and I feel like they can reach who they need to reach, and through the Spirit they do reach who they need to reach. But a lot of these shows don't really go viral, so I'm starting to think that is this a targeted attack on this particular camp, because we are in the middle of Babylon. We are smack dab in the middle of America, and it is a lot of Edomites out here, and Esau, he monitored this area very heavily. Or it could be just my IP address is blacklisted. But if that was the case, I won't even be able to access this algorithm, period. It'll just be totally blocked. So I don't know what's going on, but to the fact that I feel like, you know, the voice is not getting out there like it needs to get out there. But through the Spirit, you know, the Lord, he's in control of all things. So we're going to follow the Spirit. We're not going to cry with spilled milk. It is what it is. But nonetheless, man, I do believe that these videos deserve to get out there, because people can learn from them, and it's pushing the word of Yahweh Shai. All right, not promoting myself or anything like that, because it's really the Lord that gives us the strength and understanding to proceed with these things. Me, I'm just a vessel that he's using to do so, and I very well respect that. But anyway, this is about really the famine of the word, because as you know, they're coming up with this new group, all right, claiming the 21st century, that they're going to monitor these videos, brother. So sooner or later, you can expect to lose content on pages. And what I've been noticing that the YouTube algorithm have been doing over years is that they've been taking away brothers' videos over years. So if you go on your page and you realize that you had 200 videos, 50 of them may have got taken down without your approval or consent, or without your knowledge for that case. Why? Because they're chopping down at this thing, man. And the Lord is redacting on the mercy now. He's lifting his hand up. Like the scriptures say, you turn and naught my whole counsel, yet his arm is still stretched out still. All right, and that's to the Israelites, you know, but they're screaming this thing, anti-Semitism, like we're really attacking a group of people, but really we're just bringing out truth and fact. And this is Esau's way of trying to hide his evil doing. This is his way of trying to add more time to his kingdom, because he's seeing that his kingdom is really being destroyed by truth. Okay, like the scriptures tell you, it says that we're set up to bring down the strongholds. The strongholds is the fact that the so-called black man in America is nothing more than a Negro, when in fact he is the Jew of the Bible. All right, the strongholds is the fact that Yahweh Shai, who you even call Christ, was a so-called black man, but they got him up as a so-called white man. Those are the strongholds that Esau Edom is trying to hold on to. But through the Spirit, we're busting down those walls, and this is why they're coming up with these different reforms and revisions in order to stop this word. But they can't stop the word because it's of the Most High. All right, and anyway, they do shut down the page, I mean, or the whole YouTube itself, period, which eventually they're going to put a cut on all our videos. But the moment they're doing that is because the Lord allowed them to do it. You know, so you're not really saving face for anything. Once the word goes out, and once you shut down the YouTube or the internet, whatever you're going to do, the word already been sealed. Everybody needs to seal. Okay? This word is like liquid, man. You can't catch this. You can't catch liquid in your hands. Liquid is going to seep through the cracks, man. You ain't going to be able to catch liquid and hold it. You know? This word is liquid form, man. Ain't nothing you can do about it. It's going to go to where it needs to go. You know? So it says Secretary of State announced online anti-Semitism. Now, I can't label this video that. If I label this video that, they're gonna take it down. Why? Because hey, they're against they're against the truth. They're against mainly the man at Great Millstone, for real. Because you don't see Johanna's page or Zabak's page or Adam Abbott's page and all that other stuff. You don't see that getting shut down. Why? Because they're not bringing out nothing. They're bringing out the same information with the 12 tribes of Israel, so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, and making Esau bow. You know, that's all they're about, man. They ain't about getting this word out there. They're not about going into the deep, dark, mystical secrets of this book. You know, they're not scratching Esau's itch, so to speak, man. You know, because Esau has a heart up for the man of the Lord. And he's proving it with shutting our videos down. Because I remember just a few weeks back, even months back, if you try to type in any of the old classic Great Millstone videos, they ain't gonna pop up. Like GMS Third Trumpet, One Third Trumpet. Man, that was a video full of classics, man. When the Apostle was out there, you type it in, it's gone. You type in GMS Chicago 6, it's gone. GMS Kansas City 1 is gone. Kansas City 2 is gone. 3 is gone. 4 is still up, but it's gone because 4 was attached to 3. It was pretty much a second page that was attached to 3, which the brother made it, he made a mistake and set it up like that. So we can't access that page back. GMS Kansas City is in limbo 4. So now we on GMS Kansas City 5. GMS KC Living Waters, GMS KC Jakeover, and GMS Kansas City, which GMS Kansas City, I'm not uploading to that page for a while because, you know, it's on a 2-week hiatus. But even then, I'm gonna just give her, you know, some time to kind of rekindle, you know. So I'm gonna be uploading from KC Jakeover and KC Living Waters. But I had GMS 1, GMS KC sit downs, GMS I had a few of them, man. GMS KC 2 gone, 3 gone. I had another GMS Kansas City sit down page, that's gone. I'm talking about years and thousands of videos and man hours and videos gone down the shitter because Esau feel that he's doing away with the word of the Lord. But the pages are gone because, hey, it still do what it need to seal. Whoever woken up to the truth off the content, hey, it did the work. Call Allah Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You know, we're going to keep pushing because that's what this is about. You know, and over time, you learn to overcome those hurdles. You grow over those hurdles, you know, you keep it pushing. Because I'm not going to say, when I first lost my first page, I'm not going to say that it didn't upset me. I was pretty pissed that happened. I was very upset, you know, very erratic, so to speak, man. I was mad because I had just got it back up, and all of a sudden, what do? He goes shut it back down, being a demon, you know. But anyway, I got a precept here. This is the book of Acts 5:30, and I'm going to start at verses 5:38. It says, and now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. This counsel be of men, it will come to naught. So Esau knows that this work is not of men. He knows that this is of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Because if not, then he wouldn't be fucking with it. He wouldn't be monitoring, sitting back, what you can say, what you can't say. Like a guy, he bought it out, one of the YouTube men, he said that they cut down on people. So what they're doing is they're flagging videos, even if they're wrongfully flagging them, and you have to dispute it. Sooner or later, they will give it to a live person. But you already know the live person is going to be biased towards the information, and they're going to say that it still violates. So I got to the point that I stopped disputing strikes on my page. I stopped doing it. Why? Because even if they did violate me unlawfully, and I say, well, this is the evidence, X, Y, and Z, such and such, they're not going to honor it because, for one thing, they're biased towards the information the Israelites are bringing out anyway. So they can wrongfully flag it, but the fact that this is an Israelite video, they ain't gonna restore it. They're gonna say, nigga, please. You know? And then they want to scream all this hate stuff, but yet Jake is blatantly get gunned down by cops in cold blood, being called the N-word left and right, being called porch monkeys, jigaboons, coons, you know, watermelon heads, spear chuckers, spear drinkers, you know, savages. We're blatantly being called all that in the sight of everybody, but yet that's not anti-Semitic, you know. So it's kind of the pot calling the kettle black. It's kind of interesting on how Esau gets away with this hypocrisy. You know what I'm saying? This is why Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is going to bring a surety judgment to America, a sure judgment, a healthy judgment. You know, because the guy brought it out. He said, well, look, you know, videos may get flagged unlawfully all the time due to our bots because our algorithms are used to picking up on key phrases, and then it's sent to a live rep. So at the end of the day, the live rep has to say so on it, but they're cutting down on people because of COVID. You know, and it's to the point I can't even say that. Oh, you're violating the HWO, the World Health Organization. You stated we can't have you speaking and saying that is a crocker. We can't have, you know, get the hell out of here, man. But Esau can blatantly tote guns and, you know, talk about NAMBLA and all this other stuff. You can blatantly have undesirables out there twerking and doing things with kids, and none of that gets talked about though, right? But the fact we're bringing out information that's cutting your ass, now you feel some type of way. That's how you know we got the truth, man. All right? Because ain't nobody else getting targeted like we are. So, hey, brothers, feel marvel, feel great in the spirit that they had to flag your content, man. Obviously, it's truth, you know. So it says here. It says, but if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it, lest ye happily be found even to fight against the Most High. So Esau, you ain't fighting us. You fight against the one who you call Jesus Christ and God and Jehovah, which their name is Yahweh and Yahweh. That's who you fighting against, E. You ain't fighting against us. Yeah, you may pinch a nerve when you take down a channel or strike it, because back in the day, YouTube used to just give you a strike, and that'd be it, and then you get another strike, then you can't upload past 15 minutes. 3 strikes, you out of there. Now you get 1 strike, you on 1 week suspension. 2 strikes, 2 week suspension. 3rd strike, your ass is out of here. 3 strikes, you out. Which back in the day, 1 strike, you good. I don't think you could go live, but strike 2, you can't upload videos more than 15 minutes. 3, man, they getting you up out of here, man. I'm like, you gotta get up out of here with that. You know? And that's what Esau doing, man. He's just bringing it down to the spectrum. Why? Because he's at the end of his kingdom. And he knows that. That's why he's being a demon. But hey, at the end of the day, you're still gonna lose. Alright? You're still gonna be destroyed. You still gotta go in captivity. You know, just because you hide the truth, that don't make it not the truth. You know, protecting a certain group of people, talking about they're in jeopardy. How are they in jeopardy when they've done nothing but destroy everybody else? Everybody else is in jeopardy because of these people. They're not hunted. They're not the prey. You know, they're hunting on the people. They're hunting on the poor. Jake is the poor, the prey. Our people living in ghettos and slums, labaros, got low-end jobs, dead-end jobs. All women are against us. They hate us. You know, they ain't got our back. We're the prey out here, man, not you. So how dare you even try to even insinuate something like that? Oh, well, we're being targeted. You know, they hate us. They're telling us we're not the people. But yeah, you got every damn bank in the world, right? You own every bank. You got every reserve. You got the oil. You got the businesses. You got the gold district. But yeah, you're a targeted race of people. Wow. I didn't know wealth and living happily ever after could be such a bad thing, huh? But anyway, this is the book of Hebrews 4:12. It says, for the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword. Okay? It says, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, in the joints and marrows, and the discerner of thoughts and the intents of the heart, which is the mind. So this book is cutting E. It's cutting him and it's revealing him. And he can't stand it, man. He hates it. Every time he sees one of these videos,
Nope, gotta flag it. Nope, he's exposing too much. Nope. Get him out of here. Come on.
and then what happens is they allow you to set up another page, but they got your IP address. So your IP address already got a flag by it saying watch carefully.
Like, yeah, we gotta watch this guy. He's a little rough around the edges, you know. He holds no punches. He tells it like it is. He's not PC. We gotta shut him down.
You know, that's the stuff EB on, man. You know, but he's supposed to be this great hero, which is a bunch of BS, man. All right. Anyway, got another precept here. We all going to the famous Amos 8 and chapter 8 verses 5. Give me 1 second. Let me park the Batmobile. And that's the spirit, bro. This part right behind PN 1444. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Matter of fact, I gotta get. The Lord been showing these signs, man. That's how I know we finna get up out of here. I gotta put this on camera. Not me. I ain't worth to be seen. No, I don't want to see me. But you brothers can see that. It's a bad camera, but anyway, if you can really see that, see that's the spirit. Pull right up, and it's PN 1444. That's the spirit of the Lord, man. And when I see that, that makes my day. Because I ain't gonna lie, today was a very slow start for me, man. Spirit just wasn't vibing with me earlier. I knew what I wanted to talk about, but I had a lot of things going on. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna get through it, and I'm gonna let the spirit hop on me to do this. So, hey, the spirit came through like it always do. You know, and that's one thing, you can always depend on the Holy Spirit when you're trying to serve the Most High, man. You know. So anyway, let's go from here to the book of Amos. Amos 8, and I'm gonna start at verses 11. It says, behold, the days come, says Yahweh Pashim Yahweh Shai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Most High. So that's why this Edomite lady was out there speaking and saying what she was saying, for the simple fact, because now they're getting ready to start upping the punches. They're getting ready to ramp up on these particular videos. So brothers, man, you can expect to be catching all types of hell, man. You know, you can be expecting that to happen because, hey, they ain't putting it out there for nothing. You know? And it says, and they should wander from sea to sea, if north even to the west, and they even should run to and fro to seek the word of the Most High and should not find it. All right, why? Because these videos are getting ready to be taken off the air. All right, YouTube, hey, you ain't gonna be able to find a GMS page sooner or later, man. All right, so we might have to move to other platforms. You know, Daily Motion is a good one. You know, brothers been experimenting with it, and hey, until they come after us on that. But YouTube, man, it's pretty much ran its course. It served its purpose. And it says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to the east, and they shall run to and fro and seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. And in that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst, and they that swear by the sin of Samaria and say, matter of fact, nope, I don't need that. But in the day, the fair virgins and young men shall faint for thirst, man. So anyway, with that, call halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. And with that, Shalom and the Baba Ball.